Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2026, and one of the creators that I reacted to a couple times and haven't reacted to much. I'll be watching this content. I kind of fell off from watching it. Is this guy right here, Xavier? I don't know how to pronounce it, but he makes great videos, and he got this one. Why Drake is the most hated man in the world? Let's go. Hold on, turn this up.
Meet Aubrey Graham. See, Aubrey had a problem. Everyone hated him. And it's so much more people than you can imagine. I'm gonna need y'all to lock in. When The Weeknd was first coming up, Drake said, sign on my label. The Weeknd said, nah. Drake said, okay, can you help me with some songs? Though The Weeknd said, sure, why not? Drake said, can you help me with some more songs and some more songs? Matter of fact, can you just give me half your album? The Weeknd said, I don't really have a choice because I'm a new artist, but I'm not gonna sign your label. Drake said, that's okay, we're still friends. Then Drake started dating his ex-girlfriend Bella Hadid. Meet A$AP Rocky. Drake took him on his first tour.
I didn't know about the Bella Hadid thing. I did not know that, and I'm gonna keep it gangster. I think people didn't bring that up enough. Dang, that's you effed on Wayne's girl when he was in jail. That's conniving. Okay, and y'all okay.
Bella Hadid. Meet A$AP Rocky. Drake took him on his first tour ever, but Drake
A$AP.
noticed something. A$AP Rocky kept hanging out with this girl named Rihanna, and Drake really liked that girl named Rihanna. Fast forward years later, A$AP Rocky gets married to Rihanna and they have kids. Drake didn't like that very much. So Drake starts saying mean things about him and his wife, so he gets mad. Meet Ricky. He thought Drake was a little weird.
Okay, so he's basically running down the reasoning in a like a tongue-in-cheek way, but an abridged version of why everybody had issues with him. And as you sit here and you listen to him back to back, you start going, oh, that nigga was a POS, man.
So Drake starts saying mean things about him and his wife, so he gets mad. Meet Ricky. He thought Drake was a little weird because of the whole Meek Mill situation and for the fact that Drake called for a cease and desist on a French Montana song behind the scenes. But Rick said, we're still friends. Rick Ross then features on Metro Boomin's new album, does not say anything about Drake, but Drake took it some type of way. So Drake invites Rick Ross's ex-girlfriend to his concert. Rick Ross doesn't like that very much, so he gets upset. Which brings us to
This is a great chronology. Anyway, the timelines that he's placing is perfect. I forgot some of this stuff. I forgot the Rick Ross girlfriend. He's always attacking the girl, and that's what's gonna make a nigga crash. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the thing a nigga gonna crash about the most. It's not money. It's females. I promise you.
Doesn't like that very much, so he gets upset. Which brings us to Metro Boomin himself, who's the man who kind of started this whole thing. See, Metro didn't really like Drake because Drake has always been weird in the industry. He thought it was a little strange that Drake was still getting awards for an album that nobody listened to, and Metro was not getting any awards for his.
Well, okay, no, that makes it sound more like Metro was jealous he was getting awards. And when he made this video, I'm sure it hadn't came out, but in the time it came out, what Drake did to Metro was way worse. Where what it was about, when Metro's mom passing, and Drake and Metro maybe feeling like Drake didn't care, and allegedly he reached out to Drake or somebody reached out to Drake, and Drake was like, okay, that's cool, but can we work? And it went right into it, and he didn't feel he showed enough. So there's like, family and deaths in the family that are part of this. So it's not just that. But I give Xavier X a pass because at this time, we didn't know the whole story because Metro's coming out saying, if I say what really happened, it's going to make both of us look crazy. This, that, and the third. I still don't know how it makes Metro look crazy, but
Metro was not getting any awards for his album that everyone listened to. Drake said, screw you. Metro said, screw you back. Future didn't have no big problems with Drake, but he's very close with Metro Boomin, and he's been in the industry a long time. He knows. So he probably...
I'm gonna keep it gangster. Future definitely had issues with Drake. Future doesn't just jump on, we don't trust you and we still don't trust you. Future doesn't make like that. Y'all niggas forget, like that is a Future song. Future doesn't make like that just because he has it for solidarity with Metro. That's a part of it, but no, he's got his own gripe too. That ain't, trust me, he got his own gripe.
I see where Metro's coming from, but it wasn't that deep for him. Drake didn't see it that way. Future, you chose your side. I don't care if you're talking about me or not on the album, screw you too. Pusha ain't really had no problem with Drake like that, but I need you to pay attention. Drake had a problem with Pusha T because Pusha T had a problem with Drake's mentor, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne had a problem with Pusha T because Pusha T had a problem with Lil Wayne's mentor, Birdman. Pusha T had a problem with Birdman
This is all
because
true.
Birdman didn't pay Pharrell money for a beat. And Pharrell
And Pharrell is one of Pusha T's mentors in a way. I guess they both mentor each other. Right? It's not really like one is the mentor, one's the mentoree, but you could tell they both bounce ideas off of each other. So it's like that whole Rochambeau, that whole Red Robin that he just said. That's true. That's it's deep.
Pusha T go.
It all started with what happened to that boy. What happened to that boy is what started all of this. Like that doesn't happen without what happened to that boy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Way back to the days they weren't famous. Another trend you'll see in all these beefs is Drake inserting himself in a position he just doesn't need to be in. Like Megan Thee Stallion, she was having a problem with somebody named Jay Prince, Tory Lanez. Drake said, ooh, let me hop in. So Drake makes a song about her saying some crazy things. It gets wicked. He then gets mad at John Moran, starts to beef over a girl. He then starts beefing with Common, because Common dated Serena Williams, and Drake likes Serena Williams. He then starts beefing with ASAP. Did I mention him? He then starts beefing with Ye. It's always been a love-hate thing between them. But then when the Pusha thing happened, Pusha T is signed to Kanye's labels. They were close, so Kanye chose Pusha T's side. But then Drake starts getting close to Kim Kardashian. Kanye thought that was weird, so he said, screw you, Drake. He's also had beef with Tyga, Joe Budden, Jhené Aiko, Tinashe, Childish Gambino, I believe. A million people. But most of all, the people have always been a little annoyed with Drake. Fun fact, Drake as well as Kid Cudi and Kanye were the first people to make semi-nerdy cool in the rap game. Those three were in the forefront of rap is changing. But everyone tolerated Kanye and Kid West, but Drake took things to a whole nother.
Niggas said Kid West. I know that was a slip, but that's a Kid West
level. Let's just be frank, Drake is half white, but that's not the problem. The problem is to many people, Drake puts on a persona of blackness. If you're not black, that's not up for discussion. Listen closely, J. Cole is half white.
I was about to say, it ain't the half white thing. It is not the half white thing. I love, that has always been a thing in the black community, but it's not the half white thing because Bob Marley, I'm pretty sure, is half white. I'm pretty sure. And you'll never hear somebody ever be like, Bob Marley, if we don't listen to that mix, there's like so many black people in this world that were huge in black culture, in the black story. You cannot tell the black story of the world without these people who were mixed. So J. Cole is just as black as Drake. That's not the issue. I think it's that culturally he doesn't seem like. And that's not even the issue, because Childish Gambino culturally is his own thing too. He doesn't follow all the stereotypical norms. In fact, I really hate it sometimes that black people are basically judged their blackness by the stereotypes they do. So that's not the thing. It's just that, let's call it spade a spade. Drake was just kind of a lame, right? But that was he was an endearing lame at first. It was like, oh, I like that. I can respect, because we all have lame moments. We've all had moments secretly where that girl broke up with us. We weren't as, maybe you were, had enough testicular fortitude to not call her and go, after that new nigga. But we understood, because we be feeling, it doesn't mean that we're like champion it. We just understand, because sometimes we be feeling like bitch ass niggas. We be moving like that because our feelings are hurt. So we could understand, we endeared it. I always say Drake's problem shifted because he was accepted and he was like, people clowned him, people said he was corny. He's a Canadian at the end of the day. I get it. Like, it's not just a black and white thing. It's a Canadian American cultural thing too. There's a lot of those things, but that's not what all Drake be like all those times. It wasn't really people getting mad. Like, people were making fun of Drake and laughing, but Drake was still Drake. Drake was still killing everybody. I think it was headlines. It was right when headlines, when he started being the tough gangster Drake, that's when things started going, okay. Because at least it felt like you were being yourself, no matter how, when you used to rap and do this. It felt like you was being yourself. But then in Champions, in headlines, it said, you gonna make me catch a body like that. That's when I started going, ooh, wait a minute, nigga. This nigga really think he mob tied. Then all of a sudden, mob ties. It's like, okay. That's where he messed up. Like,
but he acts like J. Cole, accepted. Lil Yachty is from the suburbs. Acts like Lil Yachty, accepted.
And that's how I said right there, where it's like, it's not, I don't believe it's as much as he's not black, because he is. Um, I think it's more just Drake culturally. He felt like he was cosplaying at certain points after headlines. Before that, he was genuinely being himself. Replacement Girl, that's Drake. Best I Ever Had, that's Drake. All that other stuff,
So Drake being half white and being from the suburbs really has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that he pretends to be someone he's not that kind of annoys some people. It's the fact that many artists claim that he takes their...
Like he said, Yachty is from the suburbs, but Yachty is like he is who he is, and you feel it. And even when Yachty does music, even like hood niggas in Atlanta be like, yeah, he be kind of weird. Like he be I've seen it. It was like, yeah, you gotta go weird, but that's his bop. That's his bop. He's still an ATL, no matter what. That's his bop. So you could still be weird, quirky, or different. In black is a diaspora, so you in the culture, and you'll be accepted. It's the moment you start hitting the. Now I'm really catching bodies on the low. You just don't know.
Like song XXXTentacion is one of these people. This is why his whole crew OVO hates them, because they make music too. But apparently he takes all their songs and doesn't let them release any music. It's the ghostwriter claim. It's the fact that he's always messaging young women. It's the random petty stuff he does online. Now you may be asking yourself, has all this been going on for 15 years? Why would people still mess with Drake like that? Well, that's because he was making good music. The moment he stopped making very good music,
it was right at For All the Dogs is when I started noticing. I know it was that House album he made. That I noticed not many people liked that, and people were cooking him for that. But the excuse was he's just doing a different type of music. It's house music, whatever. That was the excuse. Since then, it ain't got much better. And I remember the reason why I say For All the Dogs. I remember when For All the Dogs dropped. That was one of the first moments I felt like the entire culture was like, this shit ain't for the dogs, nigga. Or like, this is mad mediocre. Or this ain't the one, Drake. That's when I started to know. The barrettes painted nail era Drake was the most vapid, like, yeah, that's when when the music wasn't music no more, that's when people started noticing, wait a minute, he really got weird relationships with young girls, don't he? That's when they started being like, he kind of a culture vulture. And then I started going, he does have a lot of ghostwriting for somebody who claims to be one of the best actual rappers. It's just...
bubble that he'd been building for so many years was ready to pop. And then there's Kendrick Lamar. See, Drake took Kendrick on his first tour. The same one that he took...
He right, it was Kendrick. Scratch all this stuff out there. It was the music. It was a perfect storm. The music wasn't musicking anymore. Drake started to not be like a taste maker, just like somebody who took things and repurposed them. And Kendrick. All of those things had to happen for Drake to be in the position he's in right now.
A$AP Rocky on. But then Kendrick comes out with a song called Control. It's a Big Sean song as well. And Kendrick is throwing shots at everybody in the industry, but it's friendly competition. He said, I got love for you all. Everybody he named was cool with it. In fact, they said, if you got named in that Kendrick verse, that means you're a good rapper. Everyone except for Drake. You see, Drake took it the hardest. He took it very personal. Drake went to Kendrick, said, Kendrick, Drake said, why would you say you got love for me, but then say you want to take the rap crown from me? I would like an apology. Kendrick said, okay, I'm sorry. Crazy. That you took it the hardest. In fact, I hate you, and I've always hated you. You know why? Because you're weird. I don't like your morals. I never wanted to say anything. It turns out I just found out that I'm a little weird as well. So, let's talk about it. Drake said,
let's not get it twisted. Kendrick weird too, but Kendrick's weird in a different way. Kendrick's weird in a leave that nigga alone type way. Kendrick cool. When it came time to filleting or competition, Kendrick turned into a whole... Kendrick will be... Before that, it'd be therapy and, you know, a little bops here and there. We talk about what's going on as a race, as a people, what's doing, talking that real introspective. Let him smell competition. The nigga turned into a rabid dog. Hold on. All that working on yourself all get thrown out the window when it's time to spin on something. That's a real Compton nigga. Hold on, it's time to spin on something? Nigga walk in here reading his Bible. This nigga said he hides the Bible. He will beat your ass and hide he hides the Bible. He's reading the Bible. John 3:16. For God so... Hold on. Excuse me? What'd he say? Close the Bible up the blick. What did he say? He said what? Hold on. That's what it felt like.
Fine, we finna see who the craziest. Kendrick said, you don't want to do that. Everyone in the industry tried to tell Drake, you don't want to do that. Drake did it. And well, that's why we're here
Now.
now.
He F around and found out.